for his selfish reasons, a 2-month trip to Thailand.
Oh yeah, it was beautiful.
Uh, so, from what I gather from everything you sent me, the pictures, the videos, and all that, essentially you went there to feed the animals of Thailand personally.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like it was in. It, you had to because they seemed hungry, and you'll start seeing these in the videos we're gonna drop, where they're very hungry animals.
Yeah. Are they not capable of getting food on their own? I mean, what's going
No,
on?
I think the problem,
Constantly feeding them.
I think the problem is they needed some white guy from Indiana to come there and show them how to eat, and so that was my mission, and I'm all for it.
Yeah, you're a hero in my eyes. Obviously, you have
Obviously, yeah.
Doctors Without Borders, that kind of thing. But no, you went,
Yeah, I'm just as important. Yeah,
yeah, and personally fed animals.
yeah, yeah.
You,
Somebody's
you
got to do it. I don't know who
you
does it, but I had to.
Wow, amazing, amazing, so selfless.
By the way, I'm representing your Austin FC, and
Go Verde. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah. So I mean, look, gone a couple of months. I mean, it was, had to be an amazing trip, right?
you're right.
Your wife and daughter, visit family, and what what'd you do? What'd you see besides what you sent me? I mean, the food, the culture. Tell me about it.
Yeah. So the culture is amazing. They're very friendly people, and uh, this is not my first time being there, so I speak the language a little bit, and I can get around. Uh, the beer's okay. Uh, no, the
Beer's
food's
good.
amazing. Uh, it's everybody says, is it different than the States? Yeah, it is, but not. It's not as crazy as people think. I think they're cooking way different dishes than we get in the States. I don't believe that to be true, and uh, the people are just amazing there, and the traffic's horrific there. That's the one thing I'll bitch about is they're
Well, you spent the majority of your time in Bangkok, right? And
yes, and yeah, in Bangkok, we went to a place called Ganjanapuri, and that was amazing and beautiful. It's in the mountains. It's a wonderful town. I don't even know how they call it. Province, however you want to call it, but a wonderful place. And so we spent a lot of time up there because that's where my wife's dad is from, and it's amazing. So
this time, you've been a couple times. This time, you told me that you were challenging yourself to really immerse yourself in the language as much, and trying to speak to natives. And you told me a couple times you bellied up to bars and just started conversations with people at the bars. How did it go? How did you feel about it? And did you understand all right? And do you feel like you were understood all right?
I understood all right. I don't know if I was understood all right. So I still have an accent. I'm obviously from the States. So yeah, that can be kind of difficult, but I know enough to where I can get essentially what I want, especially at a bar. I can get a beer and stuff like that.
That's pretty simple stuff, man.
Yeah. I know I know how to ask where the bathroom is and everything like that. So
Good on you.
I can get around okay. But yeah, no. So when you're there, that especially that long, you kind of get an understanding of how people are acting. And a bar there is just like a bar here. So you understand how to react with people. And you and I both are kind of social butterflies as far as that goes. So I don't shy away from it, whether it's in a different language or not, because a lot of it is body language, I would say. If they don't, and it's mostly them not understanding me, or the problem I have is if a bunch of people are talking at the same time, that's kind of tough.
Starts to become noise, right?
Yeah, because then you're starting to bounce stuff. I have to literally focus so hard on it. But
that's the same. I mean, even in English, if there's a bunch of people talking at the same time, it's just a cacophony of voices, and it becomes unintelligible. And
absolutely,
you got to focus in. You and I have talked about this many a time. We find that some English as second language people give you more courtesy in listening to you when you try to speak their language, whether it be Spanish, Thai, or what have you. Some people are very good at really actively listening, and both you and I have both worked with people who use English as a second language, and we know that you really have to anticipate how someone's going to change emphasis on a syllable or pronunciation. So you have to anticipate that and listen. And you and I have talked about Thais in particular. They're not really good at forgiving our accent.
Yeah, you know what's amazing though. I get more pushback here. So obviously my wife is Thai. I get more pushback here in the States with Thais than I do there, because they actively listen because they have to.
Yeah.
And I feel like they try harder there than I ever get here, because then they're like, they just brush me off here.
Right.
So that's just the personal feeling I get, is when I'm there, they really do try. Obviously there's some words that maybe I'm not hitting the right note on, and which ties a tonal language. So it's right. If you're not hitting the right note, obviously it can be a struggle. But I feel like they actively listen there when I'm speaking, because they know that I'm from the States, or what they call a farang. So they know that I'm trying, and they do listen better there than they would here.
You touched on the tonal aspect of their language, and there's several languages in Asia that do the same thing. So therefore, you really, if you know they're not a native speaker, you have to listen for that. Ma. Mm-hmm. I mean,
Yeah, you just said a horse and a dog and yeah. So
exactly. So you have to put it in context and stuff. So if they're willing to do that for you, that's a help. And you said, and I agree, here in the States, Thai speakers don't do that for you. I would imagine they're such a friendly people. I love Thai people because their sense of humor.
Yeah.
They don't take themselves too seriously. They definitely don't take you too seriously. Yep. These are my kind of people, right? So
absolutely. They're Midwesterners, essentially.
Yeah.
They're self-deprecating, all that kind of stuff. I mean, they're great.
Exactly. They definitely don't take themselves seriously, which I think makes them so endearing. Yes. As you get to know the various Asian cultures, right?
Yes. So yes, absolutely.
So you guys had a good time. This time you didn't hit a beach, right? Yeah, I mean, I don't think you.
No, we actually did hit a beach. We went to the Gulf of Thailand, and that was cool. The Gulf of Thailand. So we didn't go to Phuket this time, but we went to close to Pattaya, if you guys know what that is, but not too close, because Americans shouldn't get too close to Pattaya. But it was nice. We got my daughter out in the ocean and everything like that. And then we got to eat some amazing seafood. So yeah, so we went to the beach, which is only like 5 hours away, which is like 10 miles away. So that's how it is in Thailand.
Traffic's a bitch, right?
Yeah, traffic is crazy. It's crazy. So no, it was wonderful. And then, but this is by far my best trip because we got to go up in the mountains, and we haven't done that before, and that was amazing because you're just secluded. We were on the River Kwai or Kwai, however you want to pronounce it. Yeah. And it was awesome. It was amazing.
You sent me pictures from that resort, or actually a video from that resort. No, wait, we were actually we were FaceTiming.
Yeah.
Resort on Kauai, and that place looked amazing.
It was awesome.
Yeah. So you spent longer this time, I think, than in previous times, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've gone to the town of Ganjanapuri, but we've never really spent time there or in a resort because
this is around the River Kwai, right?
Yeah. So we actually got to spend time there, and it was awesome. The only problem is, you can only eat at the hotel or whatever, but no, it was obviously amazing. And that's where we got to see the most animals, which we're uploading slowly.
Sure.
Of what we got to see while we're up there, but that's not actually in Bangkok. That's in close to Ganjanapuri as we're coming back to Bangkok, which is again another 5-hour trip.
Yeah, it just occurred to me that we've mentioned the River Kwai several times, and this is YouTube, and the vast majority of anyone who's going to watch this has no idea the reference we're talking about. So just real quickly, the Japanese forced Ally POWs during World War II to build a bridge over the River Kwai, a railroad bridge, to help their war effort. Great movie made about it. There's a great book about it. Lots of history about it. It's the only place I know of, I think, in that area where foreign soldiers actually buried, I believe.
Yes. They Australia. I think it's Australian, right?
Yeah. There's an actual cemetery there, which typically in Thailand, they would burn the dead, and that wouldn't happen. So, but they actually have a cemetery there for the Allied POWs that were forced to build this bridge. So
yes,
your quick tutorial on the River Kwai.
Yeah. And again, some people say Kwai, I guess, but I have been told it's Kwai. So
yeah, there's some Thais who say Kwai. Obviously, when we're growing up, we always heard Kwai. So
yeah. But I was told it was Kwai when I was there. So I'm just going by what they said. I have no idea, but no, it's a beautiful experience, and Thailand's a amazing country to go visit, and everybody should do it. And if you're nervous about it, it's the most friendly country I've ever been to. And well, Laos is pretty good too, but that's just around Thailand. So I could go into all that, but Thailand's a great country to visit, and the people are really great. It seems like they're worse over here. So
it's kind of cool. You showed me a video of your flight there. Of course, right now with the Ukraine special operation and the tensions between Taiwan, because you actually went to Taipei, was your airport, and China, the tensions there. The roundabout flight, where how you had to come down across Japan. To get
Taipei. You're literally, so when you fly, so we flew from Chicago and then flew over the Atlantic or the Pacific. Sorry. Sorry, I apologize.
Long.
But so normally when we go, normally we fly over to South Korea, but then you have to go to for Canada and Russia. Well, you can't do that anymore. So we had to go to Taipei, and so Taipei, we had to literally cut into the Atlantic. That's why I took that video, is because it's so interesting to me. That's why it took 15 hours, by the way, to cut over Japan and then cut into Taipei.
I think it's kind of interesting. I think we'll post that video just to show people what we're talking about, because the various routes you have to take right now because of tensions again between China and Taiwan, and of course Ukraine and Russia. It affects Asian travel right now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no doubt. And it would be the similar path if you lived on the West Coast. So if you're flying over there, you still have to go through.
You're gonna have to go north and then come back south, right?
Yep. Yeah. So it's kind of crazy, and that's why it sucks when people go to war, obviously. So
yeah, that's the reason. It really, really inconveniences the rest of us when you people want to kill each other.
Yeah, I'm feeling so bad about myself for myself.
Yeah.
Like I don't even think about the Ukrainian citizens.
Right. Way to pull a Joy Behar, man. It was like, oh, it ruined my European vacation.
Yeah, but I still got there, so I don't know what her problem is.
Yeah. Fuck Joy. All right, so I think the point is we are going to post more videos from your trip. We are going to post that circuitous route that you had to take getting there, because the political realities that we are now experiencing.
Sure.
But you're back, and so the question is, I think we took a 2-month break on this channel.
Yeah, roughly. Yeah.
Yeah, and you of course missed all the NFL crap. Thank you. As we explained, I think maybe we have it in our description. I don't know. Orion and I first brought about this channel based upon our Sunday discussions, basically over watching football, where ever since we split up, we were in Cleveland at the time. I went to Austin, you went to Indy. And we have these 8-hour conversations on Sundays whilst watching football, and we just talk about whatever. That's the genesis of this, right?
Yes.
Which you totally blew up by leaving during the latter half of the NFL season, and of course the bulk of the playoffs. So
okay, hold on.
Yeah,
you act like I have a choice in this.
I think a little bit. I mean, my God, there's a calendar in front of you. When your wife first suggests this trip, you start thinking,
first of all,
I get it.
Hold on.
You're escaping the Indiana winter. I get it.
Yeah.
However,
that's number one. Second of all, you think I'm the boss of my household? Are you crazy? My wife says go, I go.
That's
what happens.
Literally, no one thinks you're the boss in your household. No one. People who don't even know you don't think you're the boss in your household. There's no way. But
just tell it on my face.
Yeah. So here we are back, and the only thing we have before us is the Super Bowl, which we'll talk about next week as they go to the press is in and everything, right?
Yeah.
We'll talk about when they start feeding us with every single detail of what they're eating that week, and whatever. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
This week we have the Pro Bowl, I guess. ESPN has done the world's worst job of highlighting Pro Bowl activities. We've had a water balloon fight. We've had dodgeball. We've seen none of it, you and I, because we have lives, or we're watching NBA. I don't know. I mean, what's going on? Or we're watching The Last of Us.
Yeah, The Last of Us.
Which I told you watching.
Well, I just heard about it, so
Yeah, it's another thing you missed while you were gone.
that's true.
Was The Last of Us.
So no, I'm excited to be back. A lot of things have obviously happened. Tom Brady retiring, maybe
Again. Yeah.
maybe, but you and I both think that he's officially retired because if he comes back again, that's just kind of don't be Brett Favre, okay? That's all.
I don't like Tom Brady, never have. I respect him, but never liked him. But he's not going to be that guy. He's not going to be that douche.
I don't think so either. I think he's going to be stand-up guy. I think he's truly retired. A year too late, probably, but
at least, yeah, maybe two. I just think, he's just a lost soul who doesn't know what to do outside of football, and I get it.
Sure.
That's his complete identity.
Yeah,
Nobody, when he was even at Michigan, when he lost his starting job at Michigan, he was a nobody. And then all of a sudden,
who did he lose his starting job to?
Henny? Who did he lose it to? I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, let's go. To.
So he loses his starting job at Michigan.
This is an inside joke between us because he doesn't know football like I do. So
I don't know college football because I don't give a shit about college football.
Okay. Yeah. Just keep telling yourself that. All right.
It's a crap minor league. So, he loses his job there and all of a sudden he's a god.
Yeah.
A god in the NFL. And that's got to be addicting, right? I would think.
Yeah, sure. Right.
I would like people to think of me as a god.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to worry about that. But I think it's interesting. And then a bunch of stuff going on, head coach hirings and Sean Payton and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool to come back during this kind of time. I wish I could have watched the playoffs more, but your phone feed kept messing up when you're trying to.
I think kind of funny and quite illegal.
Quite.
Bangkok is a 13-hour difference from here to Austin, Bangkok. So
I think it's 11 hours.
But... No, it's 13. It's 13.
Oh, okay.
So Orion would have to get up at 3 a.m. or whatever to watch a playoff game.
Yeah.
And so I'd have to and I can't figure out my computer, of course, because I'm an idiot. So I put my phone in front of the television. See, I can't even do this. I put my phone in front of the television to show the game to him, really close. And we just talk on the phone at 3 a.m. I'm sure he's annoying the crap out of everyone at the house in Bangkok. But,
Yeah.
That's how we watch football for 3 weekends in a row, at least, with the playoffs.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
but it had to be done. So
it had to be done, man. But we can't not talk.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the playoffs, people.
Yeah.
Sorry, NFL. Sorry.
And shout out to the Wi-Fi in Thailand. It's drastically improved. And shout out to Line because I think we used Line one of those times. So
use Line. Line's a great app if you have friends in foreign countries.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So it's I can't believe it worked out that well, to be honest, especially with you and technology. And so you're like, wait, am I on video? Anyway.
What? Am I on here?
Yeah. That was pretty much how it went down.
Mm-hmm. Sitting in a bar stool right up against my television, and then I have to sit in a beanbag chair next to it so I can talk.
Yeah, that's right.
A blast.
But thank you very much. I appreciate it. And it was awesome. The time difference is obviously a pain in the ass, but
well, for you, and I'm sure whoever was that you were waking up with it, you know.
yeah. Well, I would luckily, me and the wifey and the kid had different rooms, so it wasn't that big of a deal. So I was in a separate room. Her choice, I'm assuming, but
Kind of the same thing you have going on at your homestead, right?
yeah,
Your
yeah.
wife, you sleeping in the basement.
No, I sleep. I automatically on the couch, so it makes sense. But
right.
no, it was nice, and it was wouldn't trade it because the time there was amazing, and the just the animals you get to see are it's crazy how close you get to them. No one will. I don't think anywhere in the States you could do that,
right?
Because they make you sign a waiver and stuff. But
we have liability here, man.
Yeah.
We are a litigious society.
Yeah, you can get sued. You can get sued with the quickness over here. But no, it's great, and I'm so happy to be back in the States, by the way. But I'm glad, and I hope the Super Bowl is going to be pretty nice.
It's going to be. We'll have some material about it. Before I let you go, you spent close to 2 months there. At what point, when you take that long of a trip, do you start to think, I just want to sit on my own toilet? At what point? I mean, how long are you there? Because most people don't take trips that long. At what point are you there that you start thinking like that?
Oh, are you talking about when the bidet is spraying up my ass, or no?
Oh, that's always sweet.
After we got back from our big trip to the River Kwai, because again, that's 5 hours. After that, I want to come back home, because you're pretty much sitting around because the traffic's so crazy, but there's still cool stuff to do around there. But you got to plan your day around it. So it's really just about going to cool dinners and stuff like that.
So if you're not in city center in Bangkok and right around where you're going to go, because you were in the suburbs of Bangkok, so everything's based upon how long it's take to get here, all that crap. So it really dictated a lot of your trip.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you travel 24 hours to get there, and then everything is okay. We're going to spend all day getting to one point and then getting back. So that's kind of how days usually go. And it's kind of crazy, but so that's why they have what they have, like the little stop offs. So you can stop off with at a restaurant and stuff like that, which is cool. But we're ultimately trying to go here. Maybe that's why it takes 5 hours. You're just constantly stopping off because the traffic is crazy. But
yeah, you can't keep stopping off, bro. All right, so great trip. Glad to have you back, and we're gonna start posting again, and we're back. If anyone gives a crap, we are back.
Made it back, and we're back. So I'm glad to be back.
All right, I think we're done here, man.
I think we're done here.